And a tool that some say may be the nemesis of traditional writing, blogging or writing journals on the internet, is fast becoming a career of choice for some. We'll find out how you can earn some cash by gaining virtual popularity.
Welcome back to the program. Now, many blogs were started as personal journals used as outlets for people to air their opinions on different topics.
But in recent years, the activity has emerged as a career and money-making venture for some. Even then, blogging experts say there are marked differences in the way bloggers in the West and the Asia-Pacific behave.
That's right. So her question is, where is the industry heading towards? For answers, we look to Cheo Ming Shen, co-founder of Nuffnang, Asia-Pacific's first online blog advertising community, who is also here with well-known bloggers Wendy Cheng from Singapore and Candice Deville from Australia. Good morning to all of you.
Morning, all of you.
First of all, congratulations. I heard last night you won some award. I think it was Most Influential Blog, Region's Best Blog, and Most Original Blog Design.
Yeah,
How do you feel?
I was very surprised that I won the best region's best blog because there were no nominees for it. So I was like totally taken by surprise.
What do you think was the key factor in having your blog clinch that award?
Definitely votes, like from readers. Yeah, because I was like bribing them with certain blogging topics that I'm going to blog about if I win.
Well, I guess, when it comes to blogging, it is all about the readers because the more readers you have, the better it is. It means
more
you can
hits,
get you can get sponsors online. Ming Shen, let me ask you, because you started this what can we call it?
Blog advertising network.
Okay, so what is it essentially? Are you trying to get advertisers onto blogs? Is that...
Yes, that's the main thing. Basically, Nuffnang.com is an online platform that amalgamates all kinds of bloggers. You could be any size and you can join our network, right?
Okay.
And we actually match you with advertisers. So we've got 100,000 blogs right now, and so we can spray advertisements across these 100,000
These
blogs.
are all full-time bloggers?
No, you could be like a casual blogger. Some of them are professional bloggers as well. Yeah, so it's a mix.
What does it take to be a professional full-time blogger? Candice, I mean, you do this for a living as well? I mean...
well, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for coming up 2 years, and the goal for me is to make it a full-time professional thing. And I think one of the things that it takes is really dedication and the ability to just keep working crazy hours because you're so passionate about it.
But what is it about what you do? I mean, the content of your blog, Super Kawaii Mama, is one of the most popular in Australia, right? How would you credit its success?
Well, I think because I try to create content that is really helpful for people, so things that are entertaining and fun, but also have an element of usefulness for them and help them solve problems or give them tips about fashion or advice, so that they keep coming back because they want to be inspired on a daily basis.
Wendy, what about yourself? When you started your blog, what was the reason behind it?
I've never thought I would earn money from it. It was just like a journal for me, and I thought nobody would read it, so... Well, initially, like 2 people read it.
But now it's taking you by surprise because you have quite a following.
Yeah, it's like, if you asked me 5 years ago, I would never...
But what do you think people are coming back to read? I mean, why do they keep coming back?
I think that they're just interested in a different perspective that is a little bit more honest and refreshing in a sense. Yeah, because I tend to like just write my opinions and
So your approach to writing, your blog entries is sort of no holds barred, right? But do you think, because you have such a following now, when you started out with 2 in the beginning, the awareness of people out there, so many of them reading what you write, has also changed the way you approach your writing in your blog?
In a sense, I'm a little bit more wary. Like, whenever I am going to publish something that I think is slightly more controversial nowadays, I will think, I really shouldn't do this. I'm really stupid if I do this, but I hit publish anyway. and then it just comes, and then I'll just go like, oh my God, I'm getting all these nasty comments. And I really shouldn't have published it, but I did, so okay.
Well, it's a tough one because I think, in fact, just recently in the US, they're implementing a law which says you have to disclose, in a way. I guess they're sort of putting some of the considerations that us journalists have, that when we talk about something, we must have certain facts and evidence to support it. We can't just randomly say something, I mean, Ming, do you find that that's going to be something that might, I don't know, work for and against getting advertisers onto blogs?
Not at all, because for Nuffnang, when we started out from day one, we've already had this clear policy of urging bloggers to disclose if they have gifts or if they're paid on their blog. So if Wendy writes an avatar, she puts avatar, the word on top, and that's something that we actively encourage. For advertisers as well, we educate them and tell them why this is better for them, because they wouldn't want to deal with a backlash on the internet, and that's exactly what could happen if they choose to go down this unnatural route.
So you're choosing to trust your members, suppose, of Nuffnang, right? We've also been talking about how blogging is very different in the world, East versus West. Have you noticed anything, peculiar?
Yeah, there are definitely differences. In Asia, it's a lot more mainstream. So people actually blog about, it's like a personal journal. People blog about their daily lives, where they go, what they eat, what they do. Whereas in the Western countries like Australia, for example, people blog more about their subject interests. So it's niche topics like things that they're interested in, craft, fashion.
Like fashion,
yeah,
in Candice's case.
Yes.
Did you find that surprising, Candice? I mean, you've come here, you've met a bunch of bloggers from all over the region. I mean...
well, writing my blog, I was mainly reading a lot of blogs that were Western blogs, and by being a part of Nuffnang, started to get more introduced to the Asian blogging market. And seeing how much personal information was online was quite a surprise to me, because we all seem to, in the West, be quite security conscious and keep back a lot of details. And people tend to use a lot of pseudonyms and not talk about the detail of their personal life. But it's been, I guess, really enlightening and also inspiring to see that, because you feel like you're really getting to know these people on a different level.
So do you make an effort then, in your entries nowadays to include more of yourself?
I do, but to a certain degree. I still like to try and keep my information fairly topic-driven, because I find that's why people come to me. But I do find that if I give a little bit more personal information, then you can establish a greater connection with the readers, which at the end of the day is great, because we make brilliant friendships online.
So I guess we have a good example here. I mean, the difference between the two of you, yours is about fashion, but Wendy, yours is about you, your life, your thoughts, your opinions, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you find that sometimes it gets a little challenging because you talk so much about yourself? People know so much about you, but you also want to keep some things to yourself.
Actually, I'm like one of the least private people I know, so I like to share everything. I like to be able to talk about myself. I guess I'm just very self-centered,
Well, there you go. So, sounding just like you would write on the blog, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's tough, because I guess in Asian culture, I remember we do a bit of blogging. I write a bit of a blog as well. And when I first told my mum, she's like, "Why do you want to tell people what you're doing? Why do you want to talk about the stuff that you kind of do outside of work?
Kind of censor it yourself before you put it out online.
Yeah, and it takes that step. Maybe, I don't know, I speak as a person from the older generation, But for young people, Ming, do you find that for the new generation of bloggers also, that there are no qualms about writing, putting everything online?
Yeah,
I mean, we talk about Facebook, where you can see just about their entire lives being played out.
Well, I think that this comes down to a difference in cultures. In Asia, okay, we're actually very, we're not so gregarious, we're more internal when we go out. So the internet presents us a space in which we can actually be more expressive. And so that's why, it's a place where we rebel and we go like, okay, well, here's where I say everything out. But, when we go out, we're more reserved, more quiet.
Right.
So in Western cultures, that's the other way around, where, they go out, they're going out meeting strangers and they're perfectly fine with that.
Irony, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an irony. It's interesting.
Okay, so it's like a balance, you need some outlets to really, come out and talk about yourself and have your thoughts put forward.
Exactly.
So do you have a blog as well?
Yes, I do.
Is that what you do?
I blog about, I blog about what I do, the holidays I go for, like mostly my business as well, my entrepreneurial experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So Wendy, any words of advice for would-be, want-to-be full-time career bloggers? How many hours a day are you blogging?
Very little.
Oh, oops.
Way too little. I think Ming's going to scold me for it also. Would be bloggers, I guess that would depend on whether you are Eastern or Western blogger as well, right? Yeah, so I would advise people to just keep it real.
Do you think the most important thing is the investment of time and effort into your blog?
No, I think the most important thing is to be able to withstand backlash and just ignore the haters and keep going on, because I think that's number one reason why people stop blogging. They're just like, oh, I'm so sick of all this. Like,
you're so conscious, right? You should be true to yourself.
Yeah, just be thick-skinned.
Okay. Gonna be dead. Venture where no man has gone before.
Okay, thanks guys for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
And we were speaking to Cheo Ming Shen, co-founder of Nuffnang, Asia Pacific's first online blog advertising community, as well as well-known bloggers Wendy Cheng and Candice Deville.
On that note, we will take off for a quick break here on Primetime Morning, but stay with us. There's still more to come. See you in a
We'll
bit.
be right back.